So I believe it was just yesterday on an Instagram post that Conor McGregor announced that he has been offered to be a coach on The Ultimate Fighter Season 31. And I like this idea for so many reasons, but I'm also going to talk about the potential opponents for McGregor moving forward and maybe who we could coach opposite against, even if it isn't someone that he's going to fight. Like, Conor McGregor, he announced that he's been offered to coach this role again. Conor McGregor's been part of some pretty legendary moments, like calling TJ Dillashaw a snake in the grass. Just straight to his face and to Uriah Faber's face. That was a pretty iconic moment. And also started in a brawl with Cody Garbrandt and just stuff like that. He brought Artem on the show as well, and all these sort of things that Conor McGregor's done on The Ultimate Fighter. And I just think that this is it. I think this is the smart move for them to make to bring Conor McGregor back, because having Conor McGregor in a few embedded episodes and a few interviews and a pre-fight press conference and stuff like that, it just wouldn't be enough. But if you get Conor McGregor on The Ultimate Fighter, not only are you going to build insane anticipation for Conor McGregor's next fight, you're also gonna save The Ultimate Fighter. As someone who has watched every single season of The Ultimate Fighter and just loves The Ultimate Fighter, it's so hard to see The Ultimate Fighter die out to be what it is right now. It's pretty sad. And I think that this show would save The Ultimate Fighter, and we've got a couple of potential opponents here, which I'm going to talk about in the video as well. Obviously, Jorge Masvidal has been talked about. The MMA Guru made a pretty good video about this, about what he thinks could be good, and he thinks that Masvidal would be a good option. But one thing that I don't think too many people even considered is having Tony Ferguson be the opposite coach for The Ultimate Fighter against Conor McGregor, and that would be quite cool as well, because I feel like what you've got to do with Conor McGregor, I think one important bit is he's going to fight the person that he's coaching against. It doesn't have to be that way, because if you weren't going to do that, if John Jones comes back and beats Cyril Gane, Team Conor McGregor versus Team John Jones, in my opinion, would be the biggest one you could do. It's John Jones, heavyweight champion, now 2-division champion, greatest of all time in a lot of people's eyes as well, especially if he beats Cyril Gane at heavyweight. And also just Conor McGregor, like 2-division champion himself, Conor McGregor, that would be huge. But Conor McGregor versus Jorge Masvidal, he had a massive 2019, I think it was, but he's kind of fallen off since then, and I just don't think the hype would be as big as that. But I'm thinking Masvidal versus McGregor is the move. But it seems like Tony Ferguson as well has been offered, and there was actually that option of Khabib versus Ferguson, but it seems like Khabib's really not interested whatsoever in that. So here we go. This is what Tony Ferguson made in a statement. It's very Tony Ferguson-like. I've been asked to coach on The Ultimate Fighter against Old Fathead or anyone of my choosing. If that cake eating wouldn't show Mac. What a vagina. I'm always ready anytime, anywhere. I choose you, McNacker. See you soon. The Mountain Champ. CSO. Hashtag my mate. It's Tony Ferguson, man. I like that one too. I like Ferguson versus McGregor. And I like Ferguson versus, McGregor versus Masvidal as well. But the thing about this fight, man, it really tells you what the UFC's maybe planning with Conor McGregor. I think what they're going to do is the Ferguson fight, and I think maybe the Ferguson Ultimate Fighter. And according to Tony Ferguson, whether or not you take this super seriously, he did say, I've been asked to coach against anyone of my choosing. So it really seems like Tony Ferguson, no matter what, was going to be one of the coaches on The Ultimate Fighter Season 31. Maybe they would have tried to do someone maybe in the same weight class as him. Maybe not, I don't know, but that could have been pretty cool anyway. But Conor McGregor and Tony Ferguson, The Ultimate Fighter, would be massive, because I feel like to really hype up a fight, especially a Conor McGregor fight, is to have him talking some smack, have him doing some crazy things like on The Ultimate Fighter. As I said, when he was talking smack to Uriah Faber, he had some legendary lines like retired skateboarder and the snake thing, the brawl with Cody Garbrandt, like, you name it, Conor McGregor's done it on The Ultimate Fighter, man, and I think that he would really bring a lot of eyes back to the show, and it would bring a lot of eyes to the fighters on the show as well, which would be quite important too. But I think what they're really trying to do here with Conor McGregor's career is I think they're probably going to give him Tony Ferguson, and if he beats Tony Ferguson, you may not like to hear it, I feel like there's a really good chance if Leon Edwards beats Kamaru Usman, they do Leon Edwards versus Conor McGregor. I feel like there's a very good chance of that happening, and like it or not, I don't really mind it, because I feel like that fight would sell out a stadium. somewhere in the UK or Ireland. I feel like that would be quite an important events, you know, because I feel like the UFC needs to come to stadiums. Like, what's the UFC doing, man? Like, they're big enough to sell out stadiums, especially in Australia. The tickets for that 15,000 seat arena sold out in 40 minutes. Like, what are you doing, UFC? I mean, come on. But anyway, Jorge Masvidal has announced that he's got big fight news coming soon on his Twitter. I think it's gonna be against Gilbert Burns though, because Gilbert Burns has also been tweeting similar things. It kind of is like they work out to be very similar. Like, Jorge Masvidal's talking about fight news. Gilbert Burns is saying something like he's going to fight someone soon. He's also mentioned UFC 286 in London. He wants to fight on that card. I think that's it. I think what they're going to do is Jorge Masvidal versus Burns. And I think Ferguson versus McGregor is what they're going to do. And I think if McGregor does beat Ferguson, he probably then gets someone like Jorge Masvidal, or they just give him a title shot. I mean, I wouldn't be that surprised. I don't think too many people would be that surprised. And the thing is, I know a lot of people hate it, but I wouldn't really mind it, because I think it would be huge, especially if Edwards can beat Usman. But yeah, it would definitely logjam the welterweight division. But in my opinion, I just don't really hate the idea all that much, to be honest, because I kind of do want to see the UFC sell out a stadium. Like, that would be cool. But let me know what you think about The Ultimate Fighter. Who do you think is going to be the coach of The Ultimate Fighter Season 31? They're going to have to sort it out pretty soon, because I think I read somewhere, I don't think it was from the very official source, but apparently they've already started like looking into who's going to be on The Ultimate Fighter. Like, apparently they've already sent out contracts, this and that. I'm not going to confirm that, because I don't even remember where I saw it, but I think I saw it somewhere. Yeah, let me know what you think. I don't mind it. I like Conor McGregor versus Ferguson. I really do. I think that's a great idea, and I'm all for it. I think it'll be fun. Tony Ferguson's got a cool personality for The Ultimate Fighter. Conor McGregor's got a good personality for The Ultimate Fighter. Even John Kavanagh said that he's keen for it. Full immersion, let's do it, with a couple like boxing things. Tony Ferguson as well. Like, everyone loves Tony Ferguson. He can bring in some special guest coaches. Conor McGregor can bring in some guest coaches. Like, it could be a pretty massive event, and I think it would be great. So let me know what you think in the comments below, and if you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate that. And thank you guys so much for watching my videos as well. Like, recently, like, my channel's pretty dead, but it was really dead a couple of weeks ago, and now it's finally kind of coming back in. So maybe the YouTube algorithm finally loves me. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys watching my videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much.